Please stand by for the moment here while we look for the remote. Please stand by. Oh, here we go. Let the show begin.
The Spotlight, the place to express yourself, starts right now. This week on The Spotlight, the bad abortion pill? As the Supreme Court reviews the Texas judge's ruling to ban the so-called abortion pill and the Republican Party ramps up its battle against abortion rights, Florida becomes the latest state to impose severe abortion restrictions. And potential 2024 Republican candidate Tim Scott promises to take it nationally.
If I were president of the United States, I would literally sign the most conservative pro-life legislation that they can get through.
Does this issue show that Republicans' hopes of winning back the White House could lead to termination? Plus, spoken word artist and writer Phylisha Villanueva is on the spotlight and opens up on her dark past struggles she went through as a young individual that she says are her own situationship and things, and how it transformed her to becoming a pretty girl special. And Cindy Candelario and Chasity Feliciano are this week's guest co-hosts. Now, let's get it on and get this spotlight party started.
Woo. Well, hello. Welcome to the spotlight. Welcome to the spotlight. Welcome to the spotlight. Yes. Joining us as guest co-hosts, we're having to have Cindy Candelario and Chasity Feliciano joining us today here this week. Here, welcome. Yes, glad you're all here. Shall we get to this here, because we got a lot to discuss about here.
Today's spicy.
It is spicy here, so, yep, it's very spicy here, and I'm just trying to figure out how spicy could it get, because there's a lot trending right now here, and all right. The Republican Party is ramping up its battle against abortion rights. The Supreme Court is reviewing the ruling of a conservative federal judge in Texas who banned the so-called abortion pill, and Governor Ron DeSantis, who just made Florida the latest state to impose severe restrictions to abortion access. Now, some Republicans like Nancy Mace want the party to ease up just a little bit, but Senator Tim Scott wants to take things even further along the way. Take a look at this.
The truth is that when we have a culture of life, I support the culture of life, number one. Number two, I'm proudly 100% pro-life. I am so thankful that I had an opportunity to vote for the 3 Supreme Court justices that overturned Roe v. Wade. I celebrate that. So every time a state, of course, adopts a decision, states have the ability to have the most conservative bills that they can get passed in their legislature. I support the culture of life, without question.
But is 6 weeks the right mile marker?
Well, the people have decided that their elected leaders have the opportunity to do so. So I say absolutely, as the culture of life is being protected, we should celebrate that. States will have different varying views on that. But yes, if I were president of the United States, I would literally sign the most conservative pro-life legislation that they can get through Congress.
Even if it was 6 weeks?
I'm not going to talk about 6 or 5 or 7 or 10. I'm just saying that whatever the most conservative legislation is that can come through Congress
is what you would sign.
Yes.
I find it ironic that Susan B. Anthony would attack me. I'm a victim of rape. I advocate for women who've been raped, and that organization will no longer talk to my office about pro-life legislation because I'm talking about birth control. I mean, some of these groups have gotten so over the top and extreme. We need to find a middle ground on this issue, and I have a great pro-life voting record, but some of the stances we've taken, especially when it comes to rape and incest, protecting the life of the mother, it's so extreme. The middle, the independent voters, right of center, left of center, they cannot support us.
So is this a type of issue many Republicans are going to regret at the polls here? Because
this is just... right now, it's been going a little bit too far. I feel like it's really funny to me, just my perspective, how a male is actually expressing himself. Us women, it's very difficult right now for us even in this day and age, we're being judged in every perspective, and I feel like I don't agree. I do not agree 100%.
Agreed. And I feel like he didn't even have a solid point. Like, he just kept saying, like, whatever that, like, farthest conservative, yes, that's where I want to be. And, like, she was asking him questions, and he was sort of evading it and just being like, that's my stance, when in reality, when you talk about, like, feelings and emotions and, like, a person, right? Like, at the end there, she says, like, what about a mother's rights, right? What about, like, a woman's rights in those spaces? He's like, 4 months, like, no, get to it. Like, he just kind of seems like he's, like, talking out of nothing when it's not even his place to say. So,
and this is the same guy that really said bad things about Obamacare when Obama was president.
Right. It's just ridiculous how I feel also that women are empowered. You know, sometimes we shouldn't have to take a toll on making it an obligation for us to proceed in life. Right now, it's pretty difficult for us to even survive. We have to struggle, we have to work hard, and you know what, even as a mother, I'm not one yet, so I can't speak for that, but I know how difficult it is to be a woman right now. And we intimidate a lot of men, so I feel like that can actually be something subjected to, you know, someone targeting a lot of women. Like, that's just my thing, my thought for it.
Like, it can equally be abuse on all ends.
Like,
for sure.
he honestly wouldn't understand what it is to be in a woman's shoes, I feel.
Yeah, because he obviously doesn't wear heels all day here, so I'm like...
He's sure acting like it, though.
Yeah, it's
like, acts like it. Right.
You know, it's like, it's not an answer, okay? So get that together, all right?
Does he have children, or is he married? Like,
He is married, yeah.
And what does his wife think about this? Like,
Who knows?
I definitely need to know. I'm gonna look up some research based on that.
You do that here, because I really don't understand why what this issue with abortion is really just not
it's a choice.
It is a choice. It is not pro-life. It is pro-choice, because there's a difference between pro-life and pro-choice, and many of us are pro-choice, because if you're pro-life, you're living back to, like, I'd say the 1960s and 70s, where everything was just, you know, pro-life here.
It's a new generation, you know.
Yes.
This generation nowadays is just, I feel, it's gone to a limit where there's no respect, you know, and it's really difficult even for you to keep a relationship or keep a marriage. So that's important. I feel like he should definitely look into both sides of the story.
Like, I feel like to say pro-life means pro-choice. Like, to say pro-life is like giving you the option of understanding what works best for you. Are you in the right space in life? Are you in the right partnership? Are you in, like, does it make sense? Does it add up for you to be the best mother that you can be to provide? Otherwise, like, why force something?
Correct.
That, like,
if they're not ready and they're not, you know, stable enough, or they feel like, or under pressure, as well as rape, you know, that's something very severe. You know, we have a gift to birth children, and it's like, that should be a gift, and it should be a choice. You know, I strictly agree on that.
Right. And not only that, let me just also bring up here, even though, not to get off topic, but it's a way where what Gen Z also needs to keep in mind, because the topic of abortion could also affect many young Gen Zers as well here, even when they get to the polls here, because most of them, because notably just 30% of Gen Zers surveyed said that they align with Democrats, compared to 24% for Republicans and 28% for independents here. So you got to keep those numbers in mind here. 24% for Republicans. That could be, who knows what the majority of that percentage could be pro-life or pro-choice, as well as the ones that are 28% for independents or 30% with Democrats, you know?
It just shouldn't be an obligation. It should be a choice. Whether you're a Republican or Democrat, you're a human being. This is your choice, your life, your story. You call for what it is. If it's not it, it's not it. And people should respect that.
Yes, because at the end of the day, a woman is in charge of what they want to do with their body. It is their choice. It is not a man's choice, all right? If they want to do something with their body, let them be. Let them have their privacy. And if you can't respect that, then you should be ashamed of yourself, because obviously the man there just has no respect for women and their privacy, and they don't even show respect whatsoever.
What about postpartum? Women go through that about 60% of women in this world go through postpartum. And it's hard. It's a struggle. You're transitioning your body, your mind, your soul. You're giving everything to this child. Like, if only people knew what it was to be a woman.
Right.
Definitely.
There you have it. Chastity said it right on the nose, so pass
Right
this
on the
bell to
spot.
her. Because she's right on the... There you go. We'll be right back, y'all. All right?
I try to keep up with what these young people is doing and knowing.
I was at work and I just got a text from a number that I didn't know.
I sent him a text. He texts me back and say, "Who dis?" And I just thought that was the funniest thing.
The next few weeks, she just made fun of me, like would answer the door and say, "Who dis?"
Who dis?
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
I surrender, I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
Still ahead, spoken word artist and writer Phylisha Villanueva shares her own situationship and things that transformed her to becoming a pretty girl special.
Okay, so welcome back. You know, many people greet each other with a good morning at the start of the day, obviously, but not when the clock strikes 12 midnight, you know, because I've heard people say that at times. I'm like, never mind. But however, one woman spoke out against the practice in a Miss Manners advice column via the Washington Post, claiming that it's not always appropriate to say the expression, especially when things are not going well. Oh my.
How is anyone supposed to know when your day is going well? Maybe a good morning will actually turn your day better.
So does it annoy you or bother you when someone says good morning or what?
I would be super honest. It's annoying when it's a male.
Why?
Majority of the time.
What?
Because we know where it goes or where the conversation might be. But it could be a male or female, but as long as you see their demeanor and they mean it well and you have a pleasant day, it's different. People are raised differently, especially in this generation. You're not going to hear good morning all the time.
I understand that, but it should still be a sign of respect no matter what.
I agree, 150%.
Yeah.
It is a sign of respect. And I feel like we should bring that out into the universe more often.
Right,
good morning. Have a great day.
Yeah.
Take a little time to enjoy the view or take a little time to have fun and enjoy the spotlight.
Spotlight. You know what irritates me though?
What?
The good morning and then you should smile. I get that a lot. I have such a bubbly personality, but there's times where I'm walking and I'm focused or I'm thinking or something's going on and they're like, you should smile more. Like, I do smile. How's about you make me smile? How's about a good morning?
You're on candid camera.
I'm done.
You're giving me 90s vibes over here.
It's the truth.
I mean, come on. Where do you see this, Cindy, here?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to it for sure. Like, spread the love. It's beautiful. The saying it at 12 part is a little weird. Like, it's still the night. You know, if it's midnight, if it's 11:59 and you said and you're not saying anything, don't tell me
They're
at
just being
12:01
weird.
like good morning.
Yeah, or they just
like,
say 12 o'clock in the morning when they mean 12 midnight.
Like-
It's 12 o'clock at night or midnight.
You know what I noticed too? It matters on where you are. and your environment.
What?
That's very important.
How so?
Because depending on where you are, you're not gonna get a good morning. To be honest with you, I'm being straight honest. Like in the malls in the morning, I would get a good morning more than in the street.
No.
People are miserable going to work. Do you not know? They don't even want to be up in the morning versus saying good morning. They're gonna be like, you doing the same thing I'm doing, girl. I do not, or boy, or man, or whoever it is. Don't good morning me right now. Some people have their days.
Just say good night at midnight, okay?
Don't say anything at night.
Or that.
Just say good morning.
But listen, well, how about this? Last summer, a young woman was dumped by a longtime friend over text. While making plans to meet up, the friend prohibited and told her she wanted to end the 5-year friendship. When asked if it was something she did, her friend told her she wasn't comfortable answering and that there was no more room for discussion. What?
That's super confusing.
Yeah. I guess boundaries are important, but our relationships require a touch more compassion than some online blueprints offers. So is therapy making us look or feel selfish or something, especially in that situation here? I mean,
yeah, that was odd. Like, we've been friends for 5 years, and all of a sudden there's like something up. Like, it's like, that's like a really like it's not me, it's you situation. Like, it's like you just wake up one day and you're like, okay, like it sounds like you're going through something, and like maybe I could help if you share it with me. I hope they're friends again. I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I've been listen. I'm kind of relating to this because I have people where it's like, do I do something wrong, or it's like, I did nothing wrong to you. You assuming I did something wrong to you, or you like falsely accusing me of something I did, which is not true here, you know?
I just feel like that's an easy getaway for individuals that are intimidated. Whether they're friends or not, sometimes you can be intimidating for a lot of individuals, just like I said previously. Like, it's very important, because if I have a long relationship with you and you love me as much as I love you and we respect each other, you should be able to communicate with me on any aspect.
Key. Like,
if it's not working out and I did something wrong, then say so. But there's more to the story. There definitely is more to the story.
Definitely.
And if so, you shouldn't even let it bother you, because then that means your friendship wasn't even important. So you can keep it going and kick rocks.
Or kick back and
Life
chill.
goes on.
Right.
Life is but a dream, or whatever the case is here. Because listen, I feel sorry about Anna. We want to hear more of your story about Anna, about the situation that happened, because maybe we'll get on that person who really needs to get their mind right here. Or
I agree.
Right. No explanation or like reason is crazy. Like, it's just like, if I'm asking you what's up and you're just like, I don't want to talk about it, this is just my stance, like that is unfair in a way that really like requires some like introspection.
Yeah, that's a gateway. They want to get away.
Yeah. Well, they get away all the time, but yeah,
they're like underground haters.
Talk about it.
Just saying. I'm gonna sip some tea for that.
Yes, hi haters, spy haters. We don't want to deal with you, but however, though, we'll be right back.
Are you a feminist? Do you believe in gender equality? In order to be a feminist, you have to understand what feminism is. Feminism is the movement to fight oppression against women. The movement can be divided into 3 waves. Hey. The first wave began in the 1830s to the 1900s, which was known as the suffrage movement. This focused on women having the right to vote. The second wave began in the 1960s to the 1980s. This focused on trying to stop discrimination and sexism against women, which also expanded women's roles in households and society. The third wave was, The third wave was a response to the second wave. This began in the 1990s to today. As of today, we are still working for reproductive rights, equal pay, and the acceptance of women in society. Oh wait, this was written by men. Ladies, don't let society hold us back. Who won the world? Girls.
This is our free chat segment, the first of season 6 here. It's been a long time here, since we've done these. I want to just take a moment to get to know or catch up with what y'all doing, and I'm going to start with Chasity on this because, go ahead.
Voila! Okay.
Like anything you want to share, basically.
Oh, beautiful. I love to share all positive energy. But
Yes.
As for myself, my name is Chasity Feliciano. I am an entrepreneur. What I mean by entrepreneur, I do a little bit of everything. And I own my own designs with lingerie. I am a lingerie designer as of right now. Beautiful. It will be a year, May 1st. I am super excited about it. It's been a great journey. I also do modeling, but I'm not too into it because I'm more interested in empowering women now with my brand. It's called Embrace Me by Chasity. Hopefully you guys could tune in on that. I'm basically showing women to embrace their flaws so no one could use it against them. This is a new generation, new feel. I bartend as well. I'm a mixologist for 11 years. I'm very creative with it, as well as a manager for any type of services for bartending. So I have a lot of tricks up my sleeve. I do interior designing too. I will go on for days.
Did you went to SVA for your interior design?
No, I learned that on my own. It was a natural trait, actually. I was born with it, and I'm so blessed for it. Thank God.
And you look good here.
Thank you. I haven't been in the gymnastics gym lately because going to that. Sorry to cut you off.
Neither have I, okay? So you're good.
My main profession is coaching cheer and gymnastics. That's where my heart is. That's where it's always been. Nice. And I would love to do it for the rest of my life. But right now I'm on a break.
Wait, you said coaching gym and cheer and gymnastics?
Gymnastics and cheerleading. Two different things.
Can you do a cheerleading squat for us here?
Of course. Why
Let's
not?
see it.
Get me. Oh, you want me to get up in these heels?
Uh-huh. Or do that.
We're gonna do that.
That's even better. There you go.
That was good enough in my seat.
Yes,
I'm not
that's
doing
it.
But yeah, that explains a little bit about me, and hopefully I can learn about you guys.
Yeah,
Cindy?
That's super beautiful. Also, though, I just want to shout out, coming up on a year, please go buy that lingerie.
Yes,
Let's do
thank
it.
you so
1 year
much. I
anniversary.
appreciate that. Yes, coming up on a year, May 1st. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah, congratulations. That's
Thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
May 1st. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Cindy Candelario. During the day, I am here at Manhattan Neighborhood Network. I'm a media education coordinator, so I help sort of teach people how to utilize the equipment that they have at home that they can use to create media in whatever realm they want, podcasts, video, and then helping out with any of the extra spaces. I love just media in general, so I've always been involved. And then outside of here, I am a poet, I'm a writer.
Really?
I would love to hear that.
I'd like to hear some of that.
Do you have
That's
any
what I was
poems?
excited about today. I was like, yes, a poet, beautiful.
Oh, I would love to share. I used to do
I can't wait for that
poems when I was a kid. I just remember one. One. Do you mind sharing one?
Maybe next time. Maybe soon. Soon
Next
I
time.
will. Yeah. but I
No,
don't
you
wanna
got
move
a
it
couple
over.
minutes here. Uh-huh.
Anything off the top of the head, something small.
Yes.
Not to be so big.
You can cheerlead while she's doing that.
Come on.
Maybe soon. Sorry, I wasn't super prepared and I'm blanking on
Okay.
it. But tune into the future episodes to maybe find out.
Yes.
Yeah, I would love
And any
that.
projects you're working on, Cindy, or?
Yeah. Well, right now I am working on creating a sort of mini social documentary on queerness and sexuality. So kind of been in the works with that for the last couple months. I'm in the post sort of process now of stripping everything down and piecing it together together to create like the story of what the docu will be. So hopefully in the next like month or two, that should sort of be out and in full development. Super excited. I'm going to do a screening for it, and thank you to all of my friends who said yes to being a part of it. There's like 7 of us in total in it, so it's going to be one of the biggest projects I've ever worked on, and I'm super excited for its
see.
Yeah.
We're looking forward
what is
to
it
that.
empowered on?
Yeah, I guess it's just a conversation on like the community of like queer people, like what it means to be like queer and social, and then like sensuality, the conversation around like what it means to be a sensual being and how we often neglect out of all of the terms and spaces that we talk about in society. And it's like, yeah, I'm attracted to this person, yeah, I like this person, yeah, they're cute, but like to hone in on your own like sensuality, like what that process feels like for you when you're like home alone or just like enjoying your body and moving through the process. So
it's quite somewhat like embracing your flaws.
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing. Look at that. You know, on my line, I am big on diversity. I feel like diversity is important because that's what the world's about. You got to be diverse on every aspect, and you got to see other people for who they are. You don't know really who they are until you really get to know them. So I do work with transsexuals. I work with all type of people. Even those who feel uncomfortable and think that they can make it there, my job is to make them there.
Yeah,
I want to get them there.
Yeah, there it is, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
So that's amazing. Big ups to you,
Thank
girl.
You. Likewise,
I would love that. I would love
to
to
see year
that.
is crazy. That's beautiful. Yeah.
So that's about you, David.
What about you?
You all took up too much time, and I only got a minute left here. Okay.
So make it spicy.
I have nothing spicy to add except that, you know, just doing this show is just a blessing, and this is just a stretch that I feel, because I feel poetry is coming on, and
poetry. I love poetry. I can't wait for that one. Kind of ready for it.
Coming up soon too.
Coming up soon. We'll be right back. Okay.
Man, it's lonely. Like, going through life lonely.
There is the therapeutic aspect of music, just expressing how you feel. I'm going to talk to Howie about his feelings, make it into a song.
COVID is still out there, and so are you. Yep. And if your last vaccine was before September 2022, you're out there with fading protection. Get an updated COVID vaccine and stay out there safely.
Okay, we're back. Pop quiz for everyone at the table here.
What?
All right. You will have 30 seconds to write down your answer on the blank 4x6 card that you have in front of you here. And you should have your pens with you as well here, okay? All right? No cheating, no looking at other co-hosts' answers, okay? All right. All right. And don't ask me to write down my response because I already wrote mine's already here, all right?
What? You're a cheater. Cheater.
Listen, I am the host here, okay? Asking the question.
You got it.
Okay, so, all right? I ain't showing you my card till the end, all right, Tier? Ready? Here's the question. Name Popeye's favorite food. Ooh. Good luck. You have 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. I will start with Chasity at the end, and her answer was show it to us.
Show it to you or show it to them?
Show it to everyone.
So that says
the famous chicken sandwich spicy.
Spicy.
And
very important way to do it.
There was lines after lines, and I was a part of that line. I would not lie. I did it one time though. I would never do it again. I was upset. Like never again.
And Cindy's response was?
Okay, after careful consideration, I decided a little bit. I mean chicken, and then I put and waffles because like it's a combo. But biscuits.
They have chicken and waffles.
I decided. Then I decided Popeye as in Popeye. So then I wrote spinach.
Okay. We're like Popeye sells spinach. Or you just was being funny?
Thinking like the character Popeye, like from the show.
You want to see my response here? Here's my response here, okay?
Here's a response.
Play the clip.
All right, no team has reached 300 points, which means we're going to sudden death. Give me Logan. Give me Eve. All right, real simple. There's one question, only one answer. Whoever gets it, you're playing for $10,000. That's it. Whoever guesses this wins the game. Here we go. Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken! Oh my God.
Show me chicken!
Spinach, Sherry.
You was right! You was right! Yes! I thought you meant Popeye chicken. I thought Popeye chicken. I'm just right. I am dead. He was not specific, okay? And I eat Popeyes on the regular. So it was in my mind. He's laid out, shot down. That was good. That was good.
It's something about having that piece of paper. Some people think that's worth more than my skills.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Analytics and empathy. That's how I've gained clients.
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. Talk with your doctor to create a treatment plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Okay, now you ready? Now, just like I showed you.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the clutch.
Yeah.
And gently shift it in the first gear.
I remember, okay.
Okay. That was good. No, honey, look this way. Look this way. You're doing, honey, hit the gas a little more. Hit the gas. Okay. No. Put your hands on the wheel. Hey, honey, it's okay. You're doing great. You're driving. See? And once you just pull over right here. That's perfect. Brake.
Thank you, Dad.
As a published author who facilitates a monthly open mic at the Blue Door Gallery in Yonkers, New York, going on 5 years strong. That's a long time here, I tell you. Snaps to that. But she is the reason why many young individuals are encouraged to be strong, empowered, smart, bold, and sometimes jazzy too. I'm getting a lot of that already here. But aside from that, her writing and her poetry has become more of a memoir in her latest poetic memoirs. So please welcome the author of Pretty Girl Special and Situationship and Things, Phylisha Villanueva here. Woo! Yes. Welcome. Chasity, you got the first question.
So, let's talk about Phylisha, aka Philly, right?
Yes.
How do you love this journey so far?
Okay. It definitely has been a journey. I am no longer hosting open mics at Blue Door, but when I did, it was for 5 years. It was called The Night I Became Untamed, and I started that when I was about 16 because I decided I wanted to be a poet, and I'm from Yonkers, so I'm taking the train and a bus to go to Nuyorican Poets Cafe. And the night is Wednesday night, middle of the week. I'm in high school, and I'm getting home like after 12, and I'm fighting with my mom. And I'm like, Mom, I just want to do poetry with my friends.
Right.
So I didn't realize it at the time, but I did something really radical, and there was no space for what I wanted and other young people in my community needed. They didn't even know that they needed it. I created a space, a safe place for young people to be. And I would pack that place out. We did it once a month. And that's one of my legacy projects. Today, I sit on the board for this art gallery. And the open mic is still going on. It's a legacy project of mine, as well as a children's art workshop that I started when I was about the same, 16, and that is these are two programs that now get funded. And before I was just, when they ask you at a job and they say, have you ever had a time where you had to, make something from nothing? And that would be my answer, as I had no budget, no materials, but I made it happen with support of friends and family.
Right, and poetry actually is a sign of you expressing yourself in a way people cannot understand. When you speak, sometimes people don't understand and comprehend what you say. But as you write and you express your words in certain formations that they won't understand, they end up getting it. They feel the pain. It's another way of you expressing who you are, and people don't even see that's important. You have to see the growth in that, I'm actually happy for you. This is a great journey. I'm sure it's going to go somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Already somewhere. Look at this.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. I'm so happy for you.
You know what's also interesting that I found out about Philly is that she and I both went to BMCC here because I graduated in 2021. But she was probably there a few years before, somewhere around.
But I graduated in 2021.
Oh, really?
How ironic.
How come I did not see you? Well, you've been playing hide and seek for me?
I bet 100%.
Well, I mean, so this is what happened. I went right after high school, and I 2000 maybe like 12. I'm almost done, but I meet a guy, and I had one more semester left, but I ended up in an abusive relationship.
Wow.
And I could not finish my studies.
So you were in high school till 2012 here, or?
I graduated high school in 2010. And then about 2012, 2013, I'm almost done with BMCC. I loved my experience. I loved that school. And I had one more class left, but they said I had to take it on campus. And I was already going through so much. Even after BMCC, I tried to go to Mount St. Vincent. I was pregnant, and I tried to go to Mount St. Vincent College. Went through a whole semester, never made it to finals because I was in an abusive relationship. I couldn't do it. And then baby's born, and I'm nursing, and I'm on the computer, and we taking these classes. I'm in Grand Canyon University, take the whole semester, and I couldn't get through the finals because of the relationship. So then, then when the pandemic happened, I was like, you know what? If I could just get this associates, I only needed one more class. And when I was going to those other colleges, I was going as a transfer student. So it was like, taking my credits, and then I got more to go. But I knew with BMCC, I only needed one more class to just finish what I started. Give myself what I owed myself. And during the pandemic, it was like, okay, well, all the classes are online, and yes, you only need one more, and yes, you can take it online.
And has that really, the pandemic really affected you with your doing your poetry and everything else, even with what you've done so far? Because you've written 2 books so far, Pretty Girl Special and Situationship and things. So that's the question I wanted to find out. How has that affected you during the pandemic? And it
was an interesting time to be a performance poet and even a facilitator. Like, I move rooms. My superpower is my voice.
Right.
So my background is like facilitation with youth development and community arts development. So
that's what we're also about here as well.
Yeah, I like it here.
Pushing limits. I feel like it's extremely important. People don't understand how powerful you are. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit and don't give ourselves a pat on the back for how far we came. We push to want a lot more, but you know what? In the process, it is a journey that is beautiful, because what you're gonna learn and what you're gonna get out of that hurt is gonna be empowered that nobody could take from you. So
Absolutely.
It's very important. I'm very happy for you and your journey. This is exciting. I love poetry.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
During the pandemic, like every time I go to an open mic or I have features, I sell about 6 books a night.
Wow.
So that's definitely a part of my income, is selling my books and my services as far as workshops and things like that.
You deserve a Guinness Book World Record for doing that.
Right.
Take my trophy behind you.
So in the poetry community, especially on Instagram, we had a lot of poets who went live. And actually, when everything started happening, I kind of like stopped for a little bit, and then I panicked. I'm not gonna lie, I really did panic. And then I had a poet friend that said, "Hey Philly, I'm gonna send you some Instagram lives." And at the time, I'm like, Instagram lives? Like, people were doing it, but if I don't gotta be on social media, I really don't want to.
Right.
But I am a brand, so people are definitely following my journey. So okay, I gotta do the thing. But we really built such a beautiful community during the pandemic. The poet community really took care of them, each other. We were staying up for hours listening to poetry on lives. There was multiple people going on live. We were just reading, and we had a group chat. And then one of our poets lost a family member, and we were able to be there for that poet. It was an interesting thing, and especially when the world started opening back up. That's crazy to say. The world started opening back up.
Who would have thought we would have went through something like that? And you know what's even more empowering? The fact that, sorry, David.
No, it's fine. I want to give Cindy a chance to ask the question.
Of course, yeah. No, go ahead. Your turn.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess I was wondering, like, through this journey, like, what are some of the, like, hardships that you found, like, kind of come up that you weren't necessarily expecting? And then, like, on top of that, like, what made poetry the one? Like you said, you also started, like, a art, like, fund for kids. So, like, art is, like, a segment of art in creation. Like, what made, like, writing, what made poetry the thing that, like, always stuck?
I think the thing with poetry is I like the stage. I like the stage, and I know that I empower and I motivate. I mean, it's like, you know, I'm privileged to know my God-given gift. Now, for me to go and do the opposite, why am I going to do that for? You know, like, hello. I think some things that came up for me that was difficult. I think I could really talk about that right now. Currently, I am a full-time poet and teaching artist.
Yes.
That's
and
amazing.
Yeah, so, you know,
I think you need to hit the bell for that.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm a single mom, and the difficult thing I'm going through is just the transition of a different type of lifestyle. A lot of my checks come in like grants. Nonprofits will want to pay me, colleges want to pay me, but these checks, they come in whenever they want, to be honest.
Right.
So it's kind of like interesting, you know. I feel like I'm like an actor, and then essentially I am an entertainer. I am.
Right.
I think I need to start like claiming the because I also facilitate. I'm an educator, but I'm mainly an entertainer, and it feels like, you know, when I'm gonna get my next gig and when I'm gonna get paid, I need to fit. So I think just the most difficult things that come up is just the lifestyle. You know, this is something I've wanted for so long, and I'm finally here. You know, and I think what I will say is that even though I'm here and I've manifested this and I'm here doing this, it's not easy still. It still feels like I'm trying to do it, but I'm already here. So it is a journey.
Yes. It's really a big journey, even for you as a talented actress here and an author. But it's like, I know we have to go here because, you know, we want to hear the spoken word performances that you have here. But I just really quickly want to talk about one of the books here that you wrote, because you mentioned about how your writing has become more of a memoir, even your poetry, because it's like you really talk about a lot of hardships that you've been through when you were younger. What is like the message that you learned looking back after all this, and even after writing Pretty Girl Special and the other book that you wrote, Situationship and things here?
I think my message would be to always choose you, and love should never hurt. Love should not hurt, and always choose you.
Right.
There you go. You know,
it'll teach you how to love better if you love yourself better. You know, you can't love anyone unless you love yourself more.
That's right. You know, and we look forward to hearing your spoken word performance coming up, because I'm ready for this.
All right.
Yeah. So stay right where you are, because Philly V from West Philadelphia with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I love that.
Disregard that. But
I'm from
we know
Yonkers.
it's good. There you go. Yeah.
Like
But she's about to
Yonkers.
do her spoken word performance and everything else. So don't miss it. We'll be right back. Okay.
Yes.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie. How's sketches? Ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
STEM is everywhere. Like here,
Behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that could be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker hordes.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.
Hey, performing her latest spoken word single, Pantoum for My Trauma. Give it up once again for Philly B.
What I know for sure, trauma is a ghost. Mad at the audacity, you decided to make a safe home out of your body. What I know for sure, trauma is a ghost. Mad at the audacity, trauma is a monster Tonka truck. What I know for sure, triggers are blinding. Trauma is a monster Tonka truck with triggers for high beams. Triggers are blinding, make a deer out of me. With triggers for high beams, it tasted like debris and glass, make a deer out of me. Trauma comes in the form of a joke. It tasted like debris and glass, make a deer out of me. Trauma comes in the form of a joke. This body no longer holds space for jokes about itself. It tasted like mouthful of pillow. This body no longer holds space for jokes about itself. It tastes like for emergencies only. It tastes like mouthful of pillow. It tastes like mute tears. It tastes like for emergencies only. Like the Lucy I keep in my purse in the back of the closet. It tastes like mute tears. What I know for sure, like the Lucy I keep in my purse in the back of the closet. It tastes like the incense I burn to drown out the loud. Trauma trying to hang up its secrets on my hangers like my vintage blazer. It tasted like all the incense I burn to drown out the loud. We will not be silent. Trauma trying to hang its secrets on my hangers like my vintage blazer. It tasted like all the salt and dead bodies that settle in the bottom of the ocean. We will not be silent. It tasted like hurricane water washing through homes in forgotten alleyways. Triggers like thunder. Trauma like lightning only needs to strike once to destroy generations. Triggers like thunder, sending warning shots in the air saying I'm coming for you. Trauma the shapeshifter, sending warning shots in the air saying I'm coming for you. Trauma the shapeshifter, weapon of mass destruction, saying I'm coming for you, came at my mama and her mama. Weapon of mass destruction, what I know for sure, came at my mama and her mama. Trauma aimed at the mind, what I know for sure, protecting myself a full-time job. Trauma aimed at the mind, this is how you haunt me, protecting myself a full-time job. My stress response isn't the same anymore, and this is how you haunt me. Introduce me to anxiety. My stress response isn't the same anymore. Microaggressions be triggering. Introduce me to anxiety. I survive panic attacks. Microaggressions be triggering. New lovers be triggering. I survive panic attacks. Trauma is a ghost. Mad at the audacity, new lovers be triggering. This ghost wants to gaslight me to sleep. Trauma is a ghost mad at the audacity, keeping me up all night, throwing things in my house. I learned to cope. Keeping me up all night, my people, we light candles, roll one, play tunes. I learned to cope. Protecting myself, my favorite job. My people, we light candles, roll one, play tunes, create boundaries. Protecting myself, my favorite job. Drink water, create boundaries. Meditate on love, drink water, keep growing. Meditate on love, stay alive, keep growing. What I know for sure, stay alive. You decided to make a safe home out of your body. Thank you.
fire, sis.
I don't think it's an accident that I ended up writing music for a living, because I think I lived in a house where I saw how deeply it affected everyone in the house. And just how much everyone defined themselves by the music they listened to.
I think the real important point, we always told them, no matter what you do, no matter what happens, we will help you through it no matter what it is.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding.
Do you want to meet a family with a transgender kid? Here we are. We love our kids unconditionally, and we will never stop fighting for them. Stand with us. Protect our families.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Hey, we have to give a shout out to Felicia with that spoken word performance. That was just something, I'll tell you, right there.
Breathtaking is not the word. You
'Cause if you-
completely killed that.
Yes, if you missed it, shame on you. She was good.
Once you conquer yourself, you can then conquer your environment. It is great and amazing how you have that voice, because some people will be undecisive on showing that to the world, and people need to hear it, as in myself. You don't know how inspiring you could be to a lot of individuals out there, and you just conquered your environment, girl.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
She
there
gets
you
the
go.
bell for that.
Yeah.
She gets the bell for that.
I'll give her the bell once I say, Felicia, come back at any time. You're welcome here. We enjoy this here.
Oh,
it's
bring me
just
back.
it's just not enough time with you, you know. Time just goes so quick,
I
obviously.
feel that too.
Yes, you know, and our special thanks to Felicia Villanueva, for joining us on set. Please tell me if I miscalculated. Never mind. But thank you all for joining us, and thank you too for guest co-hosting with us. Thank you all for being with us here. We love this here. We want you all to have a great we want you all to have a great week. Good luck. Be well. Be safe. Keep it real and 100 as always. And take a moment to have fun. Express yourself and enjoy. I want everyone to say this with me. Take a little time to have fun. Express yourself and enjoy the spotlight. You can have a bell. Adjourn.